Good morning, everyone, or I should say good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third film in our Music Men miniseries, Green Book, from 2018, a biographical dramedy directed by Peter Farrelly with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. The film was inspired by the true story of classical jazz pianist Don Shirley's concert tour of the Deep South, accompanied by his Italian-American driver bodyguard Frank Tony Lip Vallelonga. The screenplay was written by Farrelly, Brian Hayes Curry, and Vallelonga's son, Nick, based on interviews with Nick's father and Shirley, and on letters from his father to his mom. The title refers to the Negro Motorist Green Book, a AAA-like guidebook for black motorists, written by Victor Hugo Green, published from 1936 to 1966. The Green Book included listings not only for restaurants and accommodations, but also for such services as pharmacies, doctors, and barbershops. It also helped black travelers avoid local sundown town ordinances, prohibiting them from remaining within town limits after dark. Some of them were still in force in the South well into the 20th century. The movie was shot almost entirely in Louisiana, with one day spent in New York City filming exteriors. Chris Bowers wrote the score, adding original recordings by Shirley to the mix. Contemporary popular songs, such as Sonny Boy Williamson's Pretty Little Thing and Robert Mosley's Goodbye, My Lover, Goodbye, were included to help set the ambiance of the period. The music played at the Black Blues Club won the Oscars. The music played at the Black Blues Club toward the end of the film is Chopin's Winter Wind Etude. Green Book won the Oscars for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor for Ali. It received primarily good reviews, particularly for Mortensen's and Ali's performances. Mick LaSalle said in the San Francisco Chronicle that this movie is so profoundly respectful of its characters, so big in spirit, that it acquires a glow. Jazz artist Quincy Jones said that Shirley was without question one of America's finest pianists. The title cards at the film's end show real-life photos of the principal characters and state that Shirley continued to tour, compose, perform, and record, while Tony Lip went back to his bouncer's job at the Copacabana. And they remained friends until both died in 2013. Several members of the Vallelonga family were cast in bit parts as assorted relatives. One of the screenwriters, Brian Hayes Curry, plays a Maryland state trooper who helps out in a snowstorm. But there was some controversy surrounding the film. The Shirley family condemned the movie, stating that they were not contacted by studio representatives until after the film was already developed, and that it misrepresented Shirley's relationship with them. They also claimed that Shirley was never friendly with Vallelonga, but their relationship was actually one of employer to employee. Some of Don's brother's statements contradicted recorded interviews with Don and Tony Lip, which support several incidents depicted in Green Book. Some critics also claimed that the film advances a white savior attitude that can perpetrate stereotypes. In response, Farrelly said that Green Book is about two guys who were complete opposites and were able to find common ground, and not about one guy saving the other. Plot summary. It's 1962. Tony Lip Vallelonga, a bouncer at New York's Copacabana nightclub, is laid off from his job. Dr. Don Shirley, a black concert pianist, offers Tony a job for 2 months as his driver bodyguard on a concert tour of the American South. Working for a black man is clearly not Tony Lip's preferred gig, but he accepts because he desperately needs money to pay his family bills. The two men embark on their journey, discovering how unlike they are. Tony, working class, crude and aggressive. Don, erudite, lonely, intellectual, who tries to reform his opposite number. As they travel from town to town, They experience racist indignities from the local communities, i.e., refusing Don access to the toilet facilities in a private home, and refusing him service in the dining room of a country club with which he has a contract to perform a concert that same evening. As they work their way through the various dilemmas they must solve together, the two men bond, developing respect for each other's position in life and forming a lifelong friendship. Fun facts about the film. The pizza scene was drawn from real life. Nick Vallelonga, who said that his dad used to order a whole unsliced pizza, fold it, and eat it. Mortensen had to gain 40 to 50 pounds to play Tony Lip. His go-to foods to gain the weight were Italian dishes, including lots of pizza and pasta, and never going without dessert. Mortensen really ate 15 hot dogs in the Gorman scene. Green Book is dedicated to Larry the Crow, a bird which hung around the shooting location. Mortensen adopted it after it was hit by a car. Mortensen watched Tony Lip's Soprano episodes before filming in order to absorb his accents and speech patterns. Costume designer Betsy Herman fitted Mortensen's clothes a bit tight to emphasize that he had gained weight on too many pizzas. The snow scenes are authentic despite the fact that they were filmed in Louisiana. A surprise snowfall allowed the crew to capture the necessary snow images, thereby avoiding a planned trip to Minnesota just to film snow. The Virgin Mary necklace worn by Mortensen belonged to the real Tony Lip. Shirley's chess set has no black squares or pieces. The cameramen had to use special lighting to film the car scenes, placing LED lights under the dashboard for Mortensen and in the back seat for Ali due to changing lighting conditions as the vehicle went in and out of sunlight. Green Book has no opening credits or title cards. The Italian language scenes were unscripted. The actors were encouraged to ad-lib their lines. In the shared hotel room scene, the message CASL de A is clearly written by Mortensen in homage to his favorite Brazilian soccer club, Club Atlântico San Lorenzo de Almagres. In the Copacabana scene, Linda Cardellini wore the bracelet and ring which belonged to her character. When Shirley first gets into the car, there's a poster advertising the November 10th, 1962 folk performance, Hootenanny, at Carnegie Hall, headlined by Pete Seeger and Bob Dylan. The cars used in the film are 1962 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. There were 3 of them, 2 used for driving and 1 for static filming. The filming car was so loaded down with equipment that the coil springs collapsed and the roof caved in. The song Tony Lip sings is Tu Stendi della Stella, a traditional Italian Christmas carol. The scene where Tony Lip drinks milk from a bottle may be an homage to Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, in which James Dean also drinks milk and then whacks his head with the bottle. A theater marquee seen in the background of a town scene advertises Lawrence of Arabia. Things to look for. Viggo Mortensen folding an unsliced pizza and jamming it into his mouth. The ad-libbed Italian language scenes. The film's dedication to Larry the Crow. Mortensen's too-tight clothes. The snowfall scenes shot in Louisiana. Brian Hayes Curry's cameo as the Maryland State Trooper who assists Sarduo in the snowstorm. Tony Lip's Virgin Mary necklace worn by Mortensen. The theater marquee advertising Lawrence of Arabia. The fleet of turquoise 1962 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. LED lighting effects inside the cars. As Tony Lip and Shirley share a hotel room, Tony writes Casal de a reference to his favorite soccer team. Linda Cardellini wearing her character ring and bracelet in the Copacabana scene, the Hootenanny poster, Tony Lip drinking milk from the bottle as James Dean did before him, Tony's Christmas Carol, how Tony Lip got his nickname, the sundown town, street sign prohibiting blacks from being in town after dark. Now it's time to view Green Book. Settle back. Please remember, it may take a few minutes for the film to roll. Enjoy.